This week's videos are brought to you by Rocket Money, a personal finance app that I've been using since way before we partnered with them. More on them soon.
Elves of Reject Dale, welcome back to our Rings of Power Season 2 React series. It's time for episode 5. G, tell me about your glee for this episode.
I've never been more excited about any episode of television in my entire life.
I can feel the radiation of your energy. Anyway, gang, leave a like on the video for Tom Bombadil. He's finally canon. He's finally in the live action. Subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified when the next episode of Rings of Power comes your way. Also, we got full-length reaction watch-alongs where you sync up with your own copy, your own Prime Video subscription over at patreon.com/TheRealRejects. Big thanks to the folks at Prepper for helping chop these down. And hey, why don't you go check us out on social media once this video is done and leave us your thoughts there on the episode and check out all our exclusive content and whatnot. Yeah, let's do this thing.
So what I love about these shots is they remind me of like the Peter Jackson movies.
Oh, Peter Jackson.
And whatever
he
makes me
made
think
the original movies.
And that makes me like this more when I think of Peter Jackson making it.
When I think of things I already like.
Ooh.
Oh.
That was actually a pretty impressive reveal shot.
Twas.
Look, oh, it's feeling like Peter Jackson with the size, the scope.
The scale, yeah, and the fact that the mountain itself represents the rings of dwarves in their home, you know? It's very appropriate for them.
Yeah, look how massive they look.
Pretty neat shot. I do want to study each one of them.
Well, thus far, on every effort has only made the mountain more unstable.
I appreciate the grunt work of the labor that this show demonstrates.
It's a real populist message of the show, depicting the lives of actual laborers.
Something the matter, sire?
No, all is shortly to be well.
Does he suspect what's beyond that wall?
I've got to hand it to him. In a show called Rings of Power, you do have to have compelling rings, and the ring work so far has been tremendous.
It's been exquisite ring work.
Whoever the jeweler is who crafts them for the show, top-notch work.
That's a foundation wall. Take it down.
Are you explaining delvecraft to me? This is where we are meant to dig. Now do as I say.
These rings, boy.
Give me your axe.
And my axe.
Oh, man. These decisions.
Hey, maybe he will be right. Maybe the ring is leading them exactly where they need to go. Maybe Sauron's not such a bad guy. All right.
Wow.
Oh.
I hope we see him do this entire wall.
Oh, yes. In real time. That's what I come to the show for.
Don't you think you better stop for some air?
It's not air we need. It's light.
We're running out of light.
Sire, don't, father, no!
Damn.
Light!
Wowie.
And then a rock falls on his head.
It's a pretty cool shot through the rock hole.
Next time I order you to dig, you do so.
Son of a bitch.
Here, here.
Wow.
It's for sure gonna work.
How thick are these sheets of rock? Because we did back out through, like...
We are free of its tyranny.
Hey.
We bring the sun to us.
Hey.
It is daybreak once more in our mountain.
Way to go, father.
Doom. I say Kaza, you say Doom.
Our cooperation has achieved this wonder.
The dwarves look just as tall as them in that shot.
We embark upon a new dream to enshrine our friendship in stone. Narvi.
Oh, God, this is moving.
You're moved by this?
No, like it's moving quickly.
Is it?
In a way, but not. Also, it doesn't feel like it is, but kind of.
5 hours into the season.
The new west gate of our mountain.
Oh,
Unbreachable, visible only by moonlight,
Isn't that the door in Lord of the Rings?
known only to friends.
he said it.
Speak, friend, and enter.
That's right, bro.
To a lasting friendship between elves and dwarves.
This isn't what I wanted.
Am I doing the right thing?
I encouraged you to keep it short.
I have notes.
You do not always listen. Once you have an idea set in your head.
You're in some attitude, man. Jeez.
I find it difficult to stay festive when those most affected by Mordor's rise are still suffering.
Of course.
So empathetic.
It is a game you play, sowing seeds in others' minds and then convincing them that the fruit is of their own thought.
That is his thing.
Have you had a change of heart?
This is a night for dwarves. Come, we shall speak of men tomorrow.
Oh, my guy touched his arm.
Oh, they're in love.
Much of the misery of men is of their own making.
That's what half of science fiction's about.
Many of the rest have already been given new homes by their own kind from Numenor.
But you don't look that different from men. It's just your ears.
Yeah.
From the same cloak.
I fear Numenor more than any land in Middle-earth.
Gotta go wipe him out.
I had hoped our rings might make her stable.
We cannot give rings to men. The risk of corruption is simply too great.
Do you think they will?
I don't know, man. I have no thing to go on other than this moment.
Men are capable of great frailty, but when the darkness falls,
Evil rises.
there are always some who rise forth and shine.
It's usually men. He's also foreshadowing his loss.
Oh, look out now.
For Frodo, baby.
We find men we can trust.
Men I
wisest
trust.
and most noble.
You should find Erathon, father of Aragorn.
We identify 9 ring bearers of the 9 greatest mortal kingdoms.
9.
That's like more than one.
3 times what we got.
Thrice perfected for our 3rd forging.
Oh, sacred numbers.
We have accomplished great things.
It's time to scale it down a little bit.
How is she supposed to grow?
I am sorry. My answer is no.
Kill this guy, Sauron.
The rings of power are complete.
Oh, season 2 is done.
Of course, you need not apologize. Very well.
He just slashes his throat.
I shall make the 9 myself.
Let's go. And I'll make 18 for the eagles and 24 rings for the ents. I'm gonna make 100 rings for the orcs.
I reckon the elves placed it there on purpose, so that every sunset serves as a reminder that our days must end.
While theirs carry on.
While they laugh in our faces.
The scepter is now in yours, Father. Is that not high enough?
You gotta always keep climbing the ladder. You gotta make a name for yourself, truly.
The age of men is upon us, Father. Let us take it. Let us build the Numenor you have always seen in your mind's eye.
If you can't do it without the scepter, you don't deserve the scepter.
Once, when you were at her breast, your mother prophesied that you would come to ill ends.
What does that mean?
Something bad's gonna happen to him. He's gonna die or something.
What did she say?
Impress me in the task that I'm about to place upon you, and I will tell you. Fail to do so, and I shall have to find other places to make use of you.
What a jerk.
Like in a grave.
You know what I loved is like season 1 felt like it was like a big setup for season 2. And season 2 feels like a setup for season 3.
Dude, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Always setting up, never knocking them down.
Command us all, and together we can put this right. The Sea Guard is still loyal to you. Together we can fight.
She's blind but knows where his heart is.
It was you who opened my heart again to the way of the faithful.
Open your heart to the way of the fist.
What did you see in the Palantir?
Saw me rolling my R's.
I saw the dialect coach and he was mad.
I saw myself lost, riding from the city to...
God knows where.
Well, the city was in ruins, though.
4 years. That Palantir has shown me only our island's downfall. But when you touched it, that vision was gone.
Let's go.
Addison's kingship is a part of that path, and so are you. You have asked for my command.
Dang, this is it.
Now it is given.
I've been waiting for this moment all season.
All since the first season, I've been waiting for this moment.
Go back to your ship, Captain.
And chill. Did that just... Is that a knife? Did it bend?
This son of a B word.
Uh-oh.
What's the meaning of all this?
Anyone deemed loyal to the Queen Regent has been stripped of rank.
On whose authority?
On mine.
Wow, she heard that.
Oh, you too.
You were walking a treacherous path.
And yours is made of seawater. Take care to keep your feet beneath you. It's a long way to the bottom.
Don't come crawling to me when you're cast out to sea.
Breaks my heart to watch what's happening with his father and daughter.
It really is, yeah, fighting the tears.
You sound sarcastic. I'm being genuine.
I should take this more seriously.
Captain leaving deck!
That's not his name.
He's nobody's captain now.
Oh.
It's like the Roman Empire shit, man.
Let's go, Eddie Vedder.
He's right. I'm not.
Took her advice to heart.
Captain.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Thank you, Captain. The Valar protects you.
That's enough.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Captain.
Thank you, Captain.
That's real leadership right there.
You can't grab that.
How do you think this ends? Silence!
Why don't you go enforce that?
What a pompous little snot.
Valandiel, perhaps I can have you taken off the list.
Okay, you'll get your day, bro.
You would do that for me.
You're one of my oldest friends.
Yeah, but you're kind of a bitch now.
I think you've made it clear enough who your friends are.
Oh, I actually kind of feel for her in this moment.
Good.
This guy looks.
Because the show wants you to. So good.
That guy reminds me of like if Armie Hammer had a Liam Hemsworth.
That's a
like
really kind compliment.
Yeah. I mean, not so much in his acting ability, just in his look. Oh, hypocrite! Let's go.
Just put your face in it.
Yeah, I like these twin flames.
A precious calm has settled over the city, and I foresee brighter days ahead.
He's lost the power.
Until then, I remain, as ever, your loyal servant, Lord Celebrimbor.
You gotta have people, though. You gotta have eyes around. I don't feel like this would work.
If we are to invade, we must leave now.
Well, leave now. Let's get the show going. Stock footage.
Let's go. Yep.
Are you truly prepared to wager the future of Middle-earth on the whispers of that ring alone?
You have no idea, elf lady.
Boy, howdy. Let's go, Ron.
You pushed for this.
I know.
Well, glad we caught up with him.
Yes.
That kind of power would test even the most virtuous of dwarves. I pray your father keeps his path true.
Same. Oh, come on. It's got to be nice to be able to prune the tree again.
I know, but you can feel there's an impending doom around the corner, John.
Yeah.
I blame the king's new law. For every coin spent, another goes to the crown. Ring tribute, he calls it.
What?
This is for a wee girl's birthday next week. Spare a bit for her sake.
You can learn a lot from this.
3 rings for Tara.
150?
Dude, you would love it here. We got so many cool crystals.
Oh!
Oh!
His beard. Excuse me. It's rolling. It's rolling!
Oh, was that Smaug?
That was definitely Smaug, baby Smaug. Before he turned all red. It's going to be... Oh, no.
What a quirky and fortunate circumstance. That's part of the charm of the dwarf story, you know? You never know what's going to happen with them. A lot of times it just seems like a little silly. I do it with the short ones in the show.
You bring a much-needed sense of levity.
Where are you, you little...
Just going to bump into the Balrog.
It'd be cool if it was also a secret Palantir. Palantir. Whoa.
Is this Gollum section?
Ooh.
That would not be my first order of business.
You spent $150 on that. Ask again later.
Incinerate her.
Whoa. What do we got?
They're speaking back.
Whoa, cool. Oh, no.
I have gathered you all here today because Middle-earth is changing. Some dark will threatens all our kingdoms. But by Howley's favor, my people have passed this test, and soon you shall pass it too, and rise together into a new age for our kind.
I got a gift for each of you.
With the help of a power that'll change everything. 7 rings. 7 lords, and bound within each, power. Power over earth, power over rock, power to shape the destinies of all dwarves forever.
You might call them rings of power.
The rings are not for you, but for your masters. Go back and tell them that each of your realms may share in this bounty.
Oh my god, the masters aren't even here.
Yeah.
But it comes with a price.
Comes with a price, huh? I was going to ask earlier, like, why do you get all the rings?
There is gold right beneath us.
Oh.
This ring just, like, really put the pedal to the metal on him, huh?
Yep. We were living at an nth pace until these rings showed up.
And strike them.
But sire...
Strike them, dead master, or I'll fight them.
Where's my ring?
Where is it?
You took it off.
Where is it? What have you done with it?
It's there, sire. You
Kill him.
took it off. You said your hand was feeling heavy.
Oh, heavy is the hand who wears the ring.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
This was a test, and you passed.
I'm valid in my reaction. It's totally understandable
just gonna
why I'm
ignore
treating you
that
this way.
Stop!
Nope.
There's something under the mines.
Amazing camera work in this show.
Disa heard it herself. A nameless evil.
Solid camera work.
Absolutely.
You mustn't dig.
You have your orders, Delvemaster.
Narvi, I beg you.
Delvemaster, you have your orders.
This is what you wanted.
Sorry, kid.
This is what you wanted.
Yeah. But not like this.
With this ring, I can see it. Every shaft, every oar, every jewel. In thousands of years, we have barely taken a thimble from the ocean of our riches.
Damn.
Disa is mistaken.
You tell her I said that. Wowie. Magnets, bitch.
Do my eyes deceive me?
We got a ghost?
We were casting a new design for a ring. Dardanio is attempting to resize it.
Sauron looks spooked.
Where is she?
Whoa! No!
Look out!
Whoa!
This is comically bad.
You almost got Looney Tunesed.
Get back!
Whoa! What?
What happened?
I was in a place like this, but
It was like black and white and wavy.
Yeah. It was like fog.
at first I thought it was the forge burning,
You all looked like demons.
but it wasn't.
Man, these rings go dark really fast.
They
You
do.
would think they would have halted the brakes on it.
And its skin was made of flames,
Yes.
reeking of death, and I saw its eyes.
So me God, yellow eye.
And eternal. I think it's been here. I think it's been here among us all along.
You are with us now. What did you do differently this time?
The Lord of Gifts shared your worry that men are too corruptible. So we sought to fortify the alloy by adding more mithril.
No. If you'd wanted to do that, you should have...
Uh-oh.
Give it advice.
It would save us immeasurable hours of toil if we would offer this one single word of counsel.
Oh my God, dude. Oh no. Oh no.
Take the bait. Take the bait.
My lord Celebrimbor.
Oh.
Forgive me, my lord, but Durin the Younger has arrived from Hazeldine.
No, tell him to wait.
He says it is urgent.
Urgent.
Something about the rings.
The rings of power?
I will see what he wants.
No.
You hold that bad ring.
How do you mean changed?
It's like he's colder, quicker to anger. Now, they tell me he refuses to share the other rings unless the Dwarf Lords promise him half a share of their minds. Now, greed is not his way. It never has been. Is it possible? The ring he's wearing.
No.
Oh. I hope that becomes a gif, just a meme out there.
There simply cannot be a fault in your rings.
Why? Why do you think you're so perfect?
Then maybe the fault's in the ring maker.
Yeah.
How much do you really know about this Arnatar?
Oh boy. He know everything about you.
I feel like he's up to some bad stuff.
Nah, dude, we should wait and see how this plays out.
Some who behold the unseen world. Never quite at home in this one again.
Monarchy naked.
Yes, in its light, things appear as they truly are. Beings of differing shades of light.
On a spectrum.
And darkness. It pains me to say, for what you saw I did not wish for any of you to see, until I had helped him to heal.
He knows how to connect with people.
You speak of Lord Celebrimbor.
Yes.
Oh, smart.
I'm told that creation has exacted from him in crafting the 3 and the 7 has left him diminished.
No.
Promise me you will speak to none other of it, including him.
I promise.
Oh boy.
Looks like young Johnny Depp in this light.
How strange. When the light caught your hair,
I got turned on.
for a moment you seemed her perfect likeness.
Whose likeness?
Why, Lady Galadriel's, of course.
No.
Cut her head off.
He just comes out with the severed head. I'm crafting my greatest ring yet.
We have lost yearn for peace. Tonight, we will help them to find it.
Until we meet again.
I think all this stuff in Numenor is so much more interesting than anything else in the show.
Really?
Yeah, by far.
Hell yeah.
Large. Everything else is boring compared to Numenor.
Yes. I am in agreement with you. If we could just only be in Numenor, maybe it's because they're men and we can relate.
This dude's been on a hell of a journey this season.
Yeah, man. First a captain, now not technically a captain.
This shrine is condemned by order of the king.
Smug asshole.
My son, this is the oldest shrine in Numenor.
It's in the way of the new aqueduct.
It's in the...
The king sends his apologies.
Hey, you rooted for this man.
Look out.
How's it feel to have a daughter who's ashamed of you?
Fight him.
You heard him, old man. Out!
Be calm during the storm.
I'll escort him out.
Yes. Oh, how then? If I only nearly told Weyman.
Oh.
Give him the relic.
Nah, destroy it.
Give it to him, boy.
Come on, destroy it.
Yeah, he's gonna like drop it on his feet. Wow.
I don't know if you're aware, but I've been promoted to...
Ooh! Been promoted to a bitch.
Hold him.
Roundhouse.
Ooh. Ooh.
The shrine is for the faithful. Kingsmen aren't welcome here.
I don't see you praying.
May the Valar forgive me.
For what?
Ooh, shit. Oh my god, dude. Oh no. Oh! That's
See,
pretty
told
good.
you. Numenor's more interesting.
It is pretty good. I'll give it to him. They know how to fight in Numenor.
Oh no, you're wetting his hair. How is he overpowering him?
Yeah, you can't drown,
This guy's
man.
like a stick.
Find something under the water. Ooh, let's go. Of course.
Oh, sexy.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah. Oh! Nicely done.
No! Aramayo, put it down!
Oh, he got the look.
Put it down, son.
No, but then he's gonna kill you.
That's an order.
Oh, Capitan.
Then he's gonna kill you.
Nah, dude. He's gonna do it. That was ADR.
Well, he found a new hairstyle.
He did. I'm gonna go with the wet look.
I'm gonna go
always.
with the wet fall.
Our captain.
Oh, oh my. Oh,
Are you surprised by that?
I was in the
I
moment. Yeah.
literally said he's gonna kill him like so many times.
I was in the moment. The moment was effective.
It's super predictable.
Sure. But if the moment is effective,
I didn't know you were this connected to this guy. I'm
I
sorry.
had the red wedding
I'm
spoiled for
sorry.
me, and the moment was still
I
effective.
had no idea you were connected to that guy. I'm sorry.
I do. He's my favorite character.
What's his name?
Elendil. Dear.
Cool.
Elendil.
I'm gonna remember that.
You should. Get you a Elendil t-shirt for your birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Get ready for all the merch coming your way. Oh yeah, clean it off, bro.
This is how I ruin Rings of Power for you.
Out damn spot. No, you can't take
I totally ruined it for you.
nothing could ruin this show for me. All right. This is so above and beyond my expectations.
Inform the jailer. He was the one who started the uprising.
He started it.
Bitch move.
Yeah.
There is something wrong with the dwarven rings.
Or King Durin is misusing his ring and seeking to deflect blame.
No! No, I do not believe that.
As one who so masterfully manipulates metal, just be mindful someone is not manipulating you.
See daggers where there are none.
And you ignore them until they are right at your throat.
No, enough. Did you, in some way, alter the dwarven rings, yes or no?
Oh boy.
Just say
No.
I mean, I put some cinnamon in them.
No.
We did.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
These are matters of spirit as much as craft. This time we brought deceit into the process.
Deceit? What deceit could you possibly...
Oh.
The letter.
That's right.
Oh my God, it's come back to haunt him.
And it's all on you.
No, that was... You lied.
That was not a lie.
Your High King consented to the 3, but the 7 we forged beneath a cloak of deception. You must go to Lindon forthwith and confess the truth to your High King, or matters will worsen.
Oh, Christ.
He would never permit me to forge anything again.
It is either that, or we plunge straight on.
Or we just keep making the rings.
We either get canceled or we keep making these rings.
Some devilry has gone into these rings. We mustn't use them anymore.
I had hoped our estrangement would help shape you, my son. But I did not expect how much it would shape me.
No.
I am proud of you.
Oh, he's so chipper.
Your desire to partner with the elves has saved our kingdom.
Wow.
I need your axe by my side.
Oh.
Prince Durin.
That ring knows how to manipulate.
Yeah. There is a compelling question at the heart of a lot of this, I will give.
What?
I feel like a prominent thematic question is, can you do good with a potentially unlimited and perhaps corrupted source of power?
That's why you create sleeper agents.
There you go.
You take people out of jail, you turn them into assassins for the government.
Let's go. Exactly what this is.
Swear to me that you will never wear one of those rings.
It's actually pronounced.
I swear it.
It's pronounced swear.
And rings.
There is agency uncanny in the heart of stone and ore. Even when a work is yet within the artist's bosom, it begins to disobey him.
The hell are you talking about?
The designs were carried out to the most exacting detail, my lord.
By you.
Every last hammer stroke done to perfection, or did hubris and sloth come together to dull your attention?
Don't pass this off.
We must atone for our mistake.
I could learn about leadership from this guy, John.
There's so many great examples across the show, honestly.
The 9 must do far more than bring aid to men. They must bring balance to the entire project. They must draw strength from the 3 and somehow redeem the 7.
Oh, damn.
You're describing a legacy sequel.
They must redeem us all. We shall work night and day, new designs, new alloys, a new process.
New research and development.
I will be with you at every turn, and any of you who offer so much as a hair's breadth less than his utmost effort is a smith of a region no longer.
Wowie.
Have I made myself plain?
This is a dictatorship.
You're still under deceit, though.
Do not be discouraged. Your master may seem
disgruntled,
unreasonable, his demands, intemperate, or even impossible. But that is simply because he knows how much depends on your success. Yet I know you will not disappoint him.
Oh, man.
I'm certain that we will complete the Rings of Power.
Ah, we will make all 8 seasons.
Shall we begin?
This was the address to everybody working on season 2, this scene. We have to do justice to the original 3 movies. We have to make up for the foibles of the Hobbit films and the first season of this show. We got to live up to all that. We got to make it even greater now. And anybody who doesn't contribute to that's fired.
Where the f*** is Galadriel?
I don't know, man. She's somewhere way across the map.
She's with Adar. She's probably in this crowd.
Funny you should ask.
High King, the orcs are not in Mordor. A legion of them are headed for Eärien. Galadriel was right.
Oh, man.
You must send the army to Eärien this moment.
That will not be possible.
There was not enough roll in that last Eärien.
I have reason to believe that Sauron is the architect of all this.
You don't say!
Our armies cannot defeat both Adar and Sauron. Not alone.
Call the Eagles.
Why?
I don't know. Just always seems like they could help a lot.
No, we're gonna need not Gandalf.
Big guy. we're gonna need Tom Bombadil.
We're gonna need Nori.
Let's go.
They kept her pretty though.
Yeah.
Roundhouse.
She fights them all. Ooh. I need her hair.
Here's a little cute knife. Really? You put her in a cage? Totally put her in a cage.
All right, let's go.
Of course.
Sauron.
That's right.
Oh my God, they'll need to team up. That's cool.
It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Oh, staring into the eye, staring in to the abyss, the flaming molten metal abyss.
Reject Nation, I just want to take a quick second to thank today's sponsor because as a business owner, I am surprisingly not the greatest at handling and tracking finances. It just doesn't come naturally to me. I can definitely have an oversight when it comes to certain things, and I'm sure you can relate with this. I hate the feeling of paying for something that I just haven't thought about in a while, or worse, I just keep forgetting to cancel. Procrastination is the name of the game. And that's why, before we ever partnered with today's sponsor, about a year and a half ago, I started using Rocket Money. I'm glad to have this ongoing partnership with them because I already use their products, so it just makes it a win-win. But seriously, they've been a lifesaver. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that simplifies managing money by canceling unnecessary subscriptions, lowering bills. Rocket Money does the heavy lifting by analyzing your spending, then customizes notifications to help you stay within your budget goals. Over 74%, not 75, 74% of people forget about subscriptions they don't use. I was paying for things I don't even remember subscribing to. Free trials will do that. One of the best things about Rocket Money, they found those things and canceled them for me effortlessly. What I really love about Rocket Money is organization. It puts everything in one place. Imagine just seeing all your subscriptions, and with just a tap, you're able to cancel the ones you don't want. It even compares your spending month to month, keeping you on track for more financial success. Money's the name of the game. Rocket Money can also negotiate lower bills for you up to 20%. With over 5 million users and over $500 million saved in canceled subscriptions, it's helped people save up to $740 a year. Join the Rocket Money community and stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/rejects. That's rocketmoney.com/rejects. It's a great way to support the channel and a great way to support your bank account. Heck, it would even just help us out if you wanted to just click the link and poke around. Generous thing that you could do for us and for you. It's a win-win.
Well, gang, we did it. We made it. Episode 5 down of, what, 8? Like two-thirds of the way through this thing?
Yep.
All right. Well, G.
I'm glad I could go first. Thank you. So, I thought this was a good one. I really liked it. Sure.
Did you?
Yes.
Are you being honest with me?
I'm being
I can't tell.
super honest.
Okay.
It started off boring.
Sure.
But then it got better. A lot better. I'll tell you exactly where it got better.
Okay. I'll tell you the exact timestamp of when it got better.
No, that was boring. That was boring.
That was boring.
That started getting a little more interesting when they're like, hey, let's make rings for men. But it was still like, oh, God, I get it. Yeah, come on. You just shot so blandly. And not really anything interesting happening. The king and his son. Okay, yeah, the whole thing with the blind queen and the captain. I was like, this is so melodramatic. I'm not digging it.
Okay, so
yeah, so I really. But then, okay, it was this scene. It was this scene when things started to get a little interesting. When Captain, they were like, "Oh, Captain, my Captain."
Yes.
And you could see this like civil war, this divide happening, and this great empire occurring. And I was like, all right, that was actually a pretty interesting scene. This is called a breakdown, people. Boring. You guys can't see what I see.
Did the episode get better after a certain point, or were there just a couple scenes that were good?
The tree stuff. No, I mean, this is a long show. So, okay. The whole thing with I liked everything when the king started becoming like a douchebag.
Sure.
With the ring, and he's like, hey, we're going to start taxing people. $1 for me and $1 for the ring.
Yeah.
The ring needs money. And then the whole thing with the crystal and possibly the Balrog down there, right? Mm-hmm. I like how the king is becoming like greedy and the whole psychological aspect of like, oh, he finally gives Durin the praise he's always wanted, but it's the ring's doing.
Yeah.
And he's actually brought in doom here.
Durin,
not
hollow and false.
Yeah, it's spooky. And and I thought it finally started getting it was after that scene when it started after the maybe Balrog in the cave scene where everything was pretty interesting.
Sure.
From there on out.
Sure.
Like the whole thing with the rings, you know, actually doing the Lord of the Rings story, you know, intermediate stages of corruption.
Sure.
Works fucking fast in this show. You know, took Frodo like a whole movie together.
Yes.
Actually, no, when I think about it, it wasn't like wearing the ring for most of the movie.
No.
For most of it, he's not wearing the movie.
He's got it on his neck.
Yeah. He's just in its presence. He's like secondhand smoking the ring.
Yeah.
But
he's got like an irradiated
yeah.
thing around his neck, essentially.
These guys are actually wearing the ring.
Yeah.
And everything with Sauron manipulating Celebrimbor, I think started becoming some really compelling drama. Like all the stuff that they were trying to do in the first half actually started feeling tense in the second half. Numenor stuff is generally kind of dull to me, but the whole thing with the when your favorite character died.
Yeah.
Curly hair boy.
I like him. I'm sad.
What's his name again?
Elrond. I don't know if it's an L or an R at the end because every end of every word is so yeah.
Might be right. Yeah.
Elendil, I want to say.
That was it. That actually made me, you know, like when they were fighting against Pompey's son, I was like, yeah, kick his ass.
Yeah.
Even though, John, it did go beat by beat exactly how
as
every movie and show does
That
it.
was one instance where the way they shot it and the compelling performance from my boy.
Elendil's the captain, John.
Oh,
you don't
my
even
bad,
know. You
my
don't even know
bad.
your favorite character's name.
I failed.
And you were so
I failed
by that guy.
Well, hey, I liked his presence. All right.
Me too. He was a great
knew
character.
his face.
Here, I found a photo of him.
You found good, and this one's in Russian. Thank you, RussianFandom.com.
Just tell me who this guy is, for fuck's sake.
All right.
Valandil.
Elendil and Valandil kind of sound similar, but I'll take the L on this
For
one.
your favorite character, you think you'd be
is my number one favorite
Number one character of all time.
and I totally beefed it, and I'm sorry to Valandil as well as the actor.
I feel like we should have gotten to this part of the story way sooner.
This show has a fascinating blend of things I think should have happened way sooner and things where I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, we're already doing this? it's a fascinating blend of like taking their time and really running through some certain things. And I'm torn on some of that. Like I kind of, for example, the way the rings, we just kind of start this episode and the rings are just there with the dwarves. And it almost feels like they just kind of showed up. Like in a way, I think that's kind of neat and interesting because like, oh, like that speaks to the insidious nature of power and greed and whatever else.
Well,
but
they showed him meeting with them at the end of last episode, right?
yeah, but I don't know. Like maybe that just didn't leave as much of an impact. But I don't know, having some, because we even do the thing with the dwarf lords, and I thought that was interesting too. The sort of like, because I was wondering about that, like, why do you get them all, and why do you get to be the one? But it's because you got the connection through Elrond and Celebrimbor and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I felt like I had maybe expected some more ceremony in the dwarves receiving them and the debate around that. For how it's part of that, initial prologue about like, 3 rings for the elves and 7 for the dwarf lords and all that stuff. It just seemed like one of those a significant moment of like us accepting these and all the, I don't know. It just seemed like there was more that I had thought would happen there, but at the same time, I equally see how like kind of just having it work this way is also cool. This is not my most articulate point, but
I think you're killing it.
Thanks, man. This is
I should get you a ring.
This episode, certainly. Everyone needs a ring. They're really fixated on this one specific idea, which makes it does feel a little bit like Lord of the Rings. Sauron's got Michael Myers loves masks. He's just making himself tons of masks, which is a detail I like in that movie. But like, still, it's like Sauron. He's just a ring guy. He's just all about rings, man. But
isn't the idea that everyone gets the rings and that way he can control them? But then he creates the ultimate ring to rule them all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it makes sense story wise.
No. Yeah. Totally. It's more in the way it is, the way it's portrayed, because I don't know.
I feel like there's a lot of very clear warning signs against these rings very early on.
Yes.
And it makes me wonder, how do we graduate to the level we get to with Sauron?
Yes.
When so early on, it was like, clearly something's wrong with these rings.
Yeah, like this episode was interesting to me because of all the ones we've seen in
I answer my
season.
own question. Sauron's changing the narrative. That's what he does. That's
Yeah.
right. Because he's like, no, it's not the rings. It's Celebrimbor.
Yeah.
He's got emotional problems.
He do. I do. I like Sauron and his
Sauron and the blacksmiths is what this show is.
Yeah.
Sauron just hanging out with a bunch of blacksmiths.
That's right. He's just filling
Just
them.
like-
All we know is smithing, and you can just fill our minds up with the rest. You know, we are your disciples now. Maybe they'll become the Nazgul or something. You know, or I'm sure people already know all the lore.
Yeah, but they change stuff here.
Sure, and they don't have certain things to work with due to certain rights issues. This episode was interesting to me because there were some good scenes and some scenes that I was really into. This episode highlighted a lot of like thematic stuff that I think is cool and interesting, and like the upside to certain things being so writ large is you're like, oh, cool. Like I kind of like that I'm getting some themes out of the show that seem pertinent in a way that doesn't feel pandering or obvious. But that, you know, make kind of a greater case for like the relevance of doing this on TV in this format or whatever. You know, like some of the debate and some of the nature of the deceit, and again, just like constantly, and it's not just the rings, it's like the Palantir and things like that. Like, what do we, when presented with a device of some kind of significance and power, you know, people will start to bend and debate, you know, can I take this thing that's potentially corrupting or corrupted and spin it for good? And I think that's, you know, obviously a well-motivated theme in terms of this universe, and I think it's like a neat question.
That's what they do.
And
the
then,
ring does.
Yeah, and then having that reach of, like, I like watching Sauron right now because as much as I feel like he's pretty much just manipulating and being evil, and there are certain times where you cut to him and it feels like he's just smiling, at the same time, there are like little beats and things, maybe just in the performance, where I'm like, oh, I can almost imagine in my headcanon this being him debating. Because I don't know, like the whole thing about like it's spiritual. We labored under deceit, and like he told Celebrimbor, like there's that element of like, yeah, he's probably just playing ahead of every step and spinning everyone out of control slowly against each other in a way that is undetectable. It's the thing he says about giving me an idea and making me believe it was mine. You know, but there's enough in the Sauron guy's performance where I'm like, I could imagine him almost having some level of truth in the sentiment of like, I wanted to bring all these to create some force to help everybody, or to at least like create the perfect world. And people just continually, no matter what form I take, you know, I wind up here on the margin. And like, I don't know, that question of like, how aware are you of your own nature, or the times when you're blind, you know, because of ambition or whatever. Not that it's just me extrapolating, but that was a thread I thought was interesting. On top of the also, using the rings as just little, you know, Sauron Juniors, essentially, just like anyone who gets one, you know, kind of goes through that thing he does to everyone around him. You know, so yeah, that's interesting to watch, and it's neat, and it seems like, you know, kind of a universal topic to explore. And then, you know, the people in Numenor, dealing with their usurped power structure. Kind of neat.
Cool.
I don't know.
Those are good points, John.
I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I still contend that this is better than the first season, but it is like oddly shaped, and I still.
This is my favorite episode of the season.
I would agree. Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. And it brings into high relief, I think, a lot of things that work and are interesting and worth exploring, and some things that are.
I found
could be
myself
better.
actually emotionally connecting in scenes in the last half of this episode.
Sure.
And it only took a season and a half for me to get there.
I felt for Celebrimbor.
But Celebrimbor there, yeah. I'm like, he's kind of like fucked up when he's doing this.
And he's like deteriorating.
He's got a bit of an Oppenheimer thing going on.
Absolutely.
And even the captain, Elrond, when he was dealing with all that stuff down and, you know, when they broke the shrine and all that, I was like, oh, this poor guy, like he keeps getting shat on. And And the dwarf stuff is the most interesting dwarf stuff I think that's happened at all in
Totally.
the whole scene. And I actually really like the ending moment with Adar and Galadriel. It's like, actually, I'm hoping for a little team up here.
Yeah, it's also
It's like, ooh, cool.
See,
Like,
this was
it
my
good
Sauron
stuff.
plan, was to find a set of things to say that would then compel you to say good things about the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess there's just some politics stuff I don't find that interesting. Like, I don't know, a lot of that Numenor stuff. I just think it's a little boring.
A lot of it, you don't. I like the queen lady, whose name I should remember as
I
well.
like her performance. I don't care for the story still.
Yeah, I get the function, and I
It's kinda
get
how I feel about Alana.
Sure, and I get a lot of that stuff about like, oh, we just have to be the calm in the storm, and that's also an interesting thing to talk about. But there's enough else going on that I don't really feel like She feels like less of a character this season in terms of she only has shown up a couple times.
A lot of people feel like less of a character this season.
That is true. But you know that whole thing about like, oh, the prophecy is different when you touch the Palantir, and maybe this is the way. And I'm like, well, if things are still going to get destroyed, maybe it's just a different bad way. But and I don't know, the theme of what's happening there and people choosing their allegiances and kind of taking that critical moment to be like, you know.
But the orcs wouldn't fight against Sauron.
Well,
I mean, I know they hated him at one point, but in terms of like their big war,
well, he'll somehow get his thumb back over them, but at least Adar's crew of orcs is sort of like, you never were good to us anyway, so we
have families.
We don't like you. We're just like regular people.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I'm for the exploration of that. That's an interesting idea. Like, you know, I'll watch Lord of the Rings where orcs are just malevolent creatures of evil and nothing else, or one that bothers to be like, well, what if maybe not? What if they're just like anybody else? I think that's kind of neat.
That's true.
You know, depending again on how it is unpacked. But I would agree. It still exemplifies what may be frustrating about the show, but every dose of good is a good dose, and
I thought the last half was all good.
It was pretty good.
So if you end good, then I'm like, all right, maybe we'll show up for next episode. Enthusiastic, and I don't ruin more moments for John.
Oh no,
when he is on the verge of
crying
huge
because my
tears.
favorite character, whose name I know,
What is it?
It's Valandil, something like
He
that.
got so many scenes this season.
He did, and everyone kept calling him by name. We haven't
think
seen Isildur.
he at
this
least had a
episode.
handful.
We didn't see Nori and
He had 5 scenes.
Poppy.
I think I was able to count all that kind of scenes.
Yeah, well,
five
it felt like one of those things that like, oh, is this character
I'm not going to minimize your feelings.
going to grow into a bigger character, more a prominent character, rather than just in a Isildur storyline support? But you know, I'm sad he had to go on the sacrificial pile.
And I want you to be sad.
I am.
Because if you are sad, I want you to be that. I'm not going to minimize your feelings.
Thank you.
That is a cruel thing to
This
do.
is wrecking my week, actually.
You're allowed to feel
Just my
whatever
whole,
you want.
All I'm going to be thinking about is the grief of
People could
this.
shit on me all they want in the comments for what I did to you because
That's
I
what I'm
have
gonna be crying about the
wield
most.
power over you.
That's right.
And your
The
emotional
power
statement, Lord of
to
the
tell
Rings,
me
all
what
the
my
time.
opinion of Lord of the Rings should be. I did
just
feel like that one
interrupted
speech
your
was
moment.
meta. I feel like that one speech was a very meta speech.
Was it?
That whole thing about what we do here, this new batch, this new set of things we're making. This has to be it. This has to do justice to the OG. It has to make up
One
for this
can
weird batch.
Only hope.
One can only hope. Ugh, poor dwarves, man. You think the men stand a chance with their rings? And I don't get that either. I'm like, you guys are gonna push ahead with this, but if laboring under deceit, did you send a new letter being like, hey, sorry I lied?
Yeah.
And now we're not deceitful anymore? Did I miss that?
I don't know. But you got to feed the cats.
Well, anyway, it's time for me to learn the newest way to feed the cats. So leave us your thoughts on the episode, and we'll catch you next week for Season 5. Gradually, steadily improving Rings of Power.